Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to the first major Fallout 76 news video of 2022, and we have a new Inside the Vault blog post with some really cool stuff in it today. So we have details on the delayed and now added to the public test server From Beyond the Stars update, which has got a few cool new events going on in it, and we also have a couple of other features that look pretty cool, and one that's somewhere in the middle, but it's a step in the right direction, so really happy to be bringing this one to you, so let's jump into it. So, Invaders From Beyond is the big thing that we're talking about today, coming to the PTS today, and it was delayed last year. It was supposed to be part of the final update in 2021. Unfortunately, it came out of the Night of the Moth, got pushed back. But we're now having it hit the PTS, which is really cool. So let's have a look at all the juicy details, shall we? So, inside the vault, prepare to invade the public test server. Awesome. We've been hard at work making final preparations to open the PTS for our next major game update, Invaders From Beyond. In this edition of Inside the Vault, we're sharing a look at upcoming features and improvements that will be available for playtesting in the server. We also got details on this weekend's Hunt for the Treasure Hunter event, which is already live now. So, Invaders From Beyond coming to PTS, this is the big one. A little later today, we are planning to reopen the PTS so that you can share feedback with us on Invaders From Beyond, coming in March. So, we got a little wait on that one, but we kind of knew that March was when the next update was going to land anyway, so this is not a massive surprise. There's some fun stuff in there, and definitely some stuff that I'm looking forward to getting stuck into. And this will explain why Fashion Act is coming a little bit earlier this year as well, I suspect, as this update's going to contain a new seasonal event. So, we're eager to hear your thoughts on this out-of-the-world new seasonal event, Fallout Worlds improvements, a new public event that's planned for another update later this year, and more. So, Invaders From Beyond, this is the first thing. So, this is perhaps not the most huge update ever, but after Night of the Moth, it's not the longest turnaround ever either, so the big stuff, I guess, will be coming later on in the year, and I look forward to seeing what that'll be. But Invaders From Beyond, otherworldly interlopers are invading our skies and preying on our brainwaves. Every hour on the hour during this all-new seasonal event, an alien mothership will hover over a high-profile Appalachian location and to deploy brainwave siphons. Disrupt their efforts by banding together with fellow humans to destroy any siphons in the area and show the aliens who's really the boss around these parts. When you do, you'll have a chance to earn rare plans to craft new alien weaponry, that sounds cool, as well as high-tech additions for your camp, also sounding cool. We've also received reports that our curious visitors have been spotted at various public events, so be sure to keep your guard up as you adventure around Appalachia. So not vast amounts of details. This is not a story update, it's a seasonal event, so I'll dive into it in the PTS over the next few days, and I'll bring you some more details when I've actually got my hands on it and had a chance to play with it and figure out what's what. But interested to see whether this high-profile location is a singular location, and high-profile, if it is a singular location, high-profile is probably an allusion to what it is. So open to hearing what your guess is as to what that location might be. It could also be a changeable location. There's something in the tone of it that makes me think it might be random locations around the map or a number of possible locations. So either way, that'd be cool. But new seasonal event is always good. We've got a handful of them already, plus sort of returning weekend events as well. So when you add them all together, it means there's going to be more things going off more often. And that's generally a good thing. Things to do, more things to engage with, more ways of getting different styles and different groups of rewards, that sort of thing as well. Which obviously this sounds like it's going to have different styles of rewards with sort of alien weapons, presumably some other alien-style gear and outfits, maybe? Who knows? And definitely some camp stuff as well, according to this. So that's very, very cool. Definitely up for that. Looking forward to seeing what's what with it. An alien camp will be a fun build. Yeah, and the fact they're going to overlap it with the existing public events, those are the ones that say with the exclamation mark in them, that means you should have random aliens popping up at random events, sort of, I don't know, invading, finding out what's what, seeing what's going on around Appalachia. That could be fun, add another dimension to the existing events, which are worth doing anyway, because you chase them down for legendary modules. No, legendary cores, it's the other one. So, always worth doing those as it is, and obviously there's gold bullion in them as well, but hunting down the aliens at them as well will be cool too, especially if they were to drop extra rewards, which would be nice. Doesn't say anything about it here, but who knows. We'll find out in the next few days when I get my hands on it. So that could be, I think that'll probably be the early part of next week when I cover that one. So, The next one, Fallout Worlds improvements. So as we know, Fallout Worlds did not land spectacularly well with the player base. There's an update, it's fine, it's just the way it works is not great, basically with the lack of progression, which is fair. A lot of people are not very happy about that. It removes one of the key aspects of it that people are interested in. So obviously Bethesda are working on that, and this, in my opinion, is something that it's a step in the right direction, but it's only a little step. So, I mean, I'd rather they took their time with this, because if they go too far too fast, there's a danger of progression in custom worlds rather, ending up as a pay-to-win thing, with them being a Fallout First only thing. So obviously we want to avoid that. Bethesda want to avoid it, we want them to avoid it, etc, etc. So best that they get this right, but this is at least one step in the right direction. Hopefully there will be more. So one of the top Fallout Royals requests that we see from the community is for progress in public and custom worlds to also count towards adventure mode. We're pleased to let you know that with Invaders From Beyond, you will be able to continue your season journey by earning score from any non-repeatable daily and weekly challenges you complete in public and custom worlds. So that's the first part of it, and it's only score, so it's not a big deal, but at least you're getting something of progression. It's a start, it's the first step, I suspect, in the right direction. As I say, we don't want it to go too far and end up being a pay-to-win type thing, but, you know. I suspect pay-to-win type thing is exactly why it's not the repeater ones, because the repeater ones are things like XP based, so earn so much XP, etc, etc. If you got those in there, there are ways to set up custom worlds in particular where you'd be able to rack that XP up much more easily, much more quickly. So the fact that those are not included in the cross-progression thing makes sense. Again, it's a step that avoids that pay-to-win angle, so like I say, it's a step, but we need more. Just saying that it is a challenge. They've got a balance to strike there, so good to know that they are working on it, though. So additionally, we've rustled up a variety of new settings for you to tinker with in custom worlds. Disable VATS versus other dwellers, or turn it off entirely. Yeah, I'm not complaining about that idea. Make your enemies explode into a burst of confetti. Yeah, you can do that through lunchboxes, but you can switch it to always on, which is fine. Allow camp objects to intersect with one another. That's a good addition. It means you can merge things much more easily, which, I mean, you can't do through glitches already, but this means you can do it deliberately. So even more freedom with camp objects. That should, for those of us who occasionally want to build in those worlds, that should definitely open up the freedoms and allow people's creativity to run even more wild, more easily as well, which is cool. And there's more stuff in there as well, which they haven't shared, so I guess we'll have to jump in and see what those settings are as well. So that'll be on the PTS as well from later tonight when they get the thing up and running. So something else to check out this weekend. And last but not least, the Test Your Metal public event. So this is cool. This is something I've been talking about for a while, since Steel Rain, actually. There was a new location added in Steel Rain that hasn't been used. It's called the Metal Dome, and obviously a reference to the Thunder Dome and like from the Mad Max stuff. But if you head to Sunnytop Station and then just come south down the train tracks, you sort of go through a cutting in the cliffs there, and as it opens up again, you sort of see Fort Atlas in the distance. There's a new location just there, just at the top of the cliff above Monongah. So right now, it's basically exactly what it sounds like, a metal dome, with a very, very Raider theme, so it looks like an interesting spot, but they've done nothing with it so far. So it was obviously there was something coming with it, and we've heard rumours that it was going to be a Brotherhood of Steel related event tied into it, but obviously that didn't arrive with the update. This is the first we've heard since, which is that it will be landing on the PTS. The Test Your Metal public event is slated for a future patch that will arrive after the Invaders From Beyond update. However, we've included it in the PTS to begin gathering early community input. Give it a try and let us know what you think. In general, this is fine. Like I say, it's not going to appear until probably way on down the line, that one, so sometime in the summer. Good to know that we're going to get extra updates in the summer. Always a win, but yeah, if they're going to gather information and try it out, test it, a longer testing period is never a bad thing, really, so that's always good. The Brotherhood of Steel recently learned that the Rust Eagles, an offshoot of the Blood Eagles, have been cobbling together a regiment of deadly combat robots from spare parts they've scavenged. They sound like they're Rust Devils in Fallout 4, but tweaked to fit in the Fallout 76 vibe, which is about what you'd expect. Scribe Valdez has sent a field team to investigate the threat these bots pose by competing against them in the Rust Eagle arena. If they're going to come out on top, they'll need a little more firepower, and that's where you come in. gear up and help the gladiators of steel emerge victorious over the Rust Eagle's robot army. The more gladiators who survive the arena, the higher your chances to earn rare rewards like new Raider robot armor plan. So, new robot-themed Raider armor. Cool. That's just one example. I assume there will be a longer list, hopefully a decent length list coming out of this event, but this is going to go in like a regular public event. It's going to pop up with an exclamation mark. I'm going to throw a guess out there that it'll pop up a bit more often on the PTS. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Make it much easier to test. That's cool. I've been wondering what's going to go on there for a while. It's a good location, so if you haven't stumbled across it and checked it out, you should absolutely do that on the live servers. Obviously, there's nothing there right now beyond the actual physical location, but yeah, it's an interesting spot to have a wander around. Looking forward to trying out this event. And again, there's something else I'll jump into on the PTS over the weekend, beginning of next week, and I'll bring you a video in the early part of next week talking about the event and, you know, the ins and outs, what there is to know about it, and whether or not it's cool and stuff. So definitely one to watch out for. And it is time to hunt for the treasure hunters. So as I said earlier on, as we already know, Hunt for the Treasure Hunter is back this weekend. That's already live now. Extraterrestrials may be arriving with our next patch, but they aren't the only ones planning an invasion. Treasure hunter mole miners are already digging their way up to the surface so that they can plunder the wasteland all weekend long. Track down the treasure hunters in all regions of Appalachia and take them out to loot their mole miner pails, which you can open to reclaim some of the riches they've scavenged. You can also visit your favourite vendors to exchange caps for empty pails, take them to a tinker's workbench and fill them up, and open your freshly crafted mole miner pails to claim some more loot. Was a challenging sentence, apparently. So yes, as per usual, Hunt for the Treasure Hunter back again this weekend. No new rewards in it, just the ones that were there as of the latter part of last year, but there's a good set in there that I know I, for one, have yet to pick up, so happy to have that back. Unfortunately, my opportunities to dive into it are going to be somewhat limited, as I've got a busy weekend planned, but it's running through until Monday, so that'll be 12 PM Eastern Time Monday and tea time, so 5 PM UK time. And as I say, already live, so jump in and grab those pails while you can. So, there we go. Brand new Inside the Vault post, first one of the year. There's some good stuff in here, really happy about this. Looking forward to getting stuck in, trying out some of this stuff. New events, the ones that were delayed, it's good to see those arriving. Good to know that there's plans further on in the year. I'm not terribly surprised by this information, but yeah, if they're going to test events out early, that's cool. I was wondering what they were going to do with the Metal Dome location, so I was fairly sure it was going to be something like this. It's fairly obvious when you walk around the place what it's intended to be. If you haven't seen for yourself already, I'll throw some B-roll up and also go and have a look for yourself when you're in game next time. It's a cool spot to have a wander around and get a little shufty at. Yeah, definitely looking forward to trying that event out as well as the new seasonal event. So more stuff to do, more activities, more interesting things occurring in Appalachia, and looking forward to trying that out. New alien-themed gear and camp items and stuff like that will be welcome when they arrive in March as well. As I say, I'll get onto that over this weekend and the beginning of next week and test it out, and yeah, then we can have a little chatter about it and I'll let you know what's going on with it. It shouldn't have any major story spoilers in it, and I'll give you a heads up at the start of those videos, let you know that it's PTS stuff as usual, because, you know, such things are always subject to change. That's kind of the point, isn't it? But there we go. On that joyous note, I do hope you found this useful and informative. If you did, please do consider dropping subs and likes for me. I do very, very much appreciate it. Down below the video, you can find social media links, merch store, and channel memberships if you're interested in supporting the channel in that way. I hugely appreciate that. So a massive thank you to everyone who's done that already. And do join us for live streams as well. We are, of course, continuing with Fallout 76, and we are playing Control as well at the moment, which is an interesting little game. That's a lot of fun. And very, very pretty as well. I'm enjoying that. So I do hope you'll join us for that one. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.